It's our last day in Rotorua, and we are here amongst the famous whakarewarewa redwood forest. These trees are over 100 years old. The famous whakarewarewa redwoods forest in Rotorua is not far from the city centre, but I warn you, it's pretty expensive, and you pay extra to go there at night time, which we did. But watch out, you're going to pay through the nose. I don't want you to touch the bark of the tree, so it's touch this bark. I can touch. The tallest living trees on Earth are actually the Californian redwoods, and they reach over 115 meters in height and 9 meters in diameter. Now the ones here in the whakarewarewa forest are pretty young. These are actually only being planted around about 1901, which makes them about 118 years old thus far. The tallest redwood tree in this park right now is 72 meters high and 2 meters in diameter. And because these redwoods grow faster in New Zealand than what they do overseas, the redwoods here are a softwood, whereas the Californians are a hardwood.
Redwood. California redwood. That's New Zealand redwood. You come to New Zealand, get a chopping board bag. Pretty good quality. Unbreakable.
Now these redwoods are actually conifers. It's a group of pine trees. You know, you've got radiata pines, lodgepole pines, Douglas fir, macrocarpa, larch, remu, and these ones, coastal redwood, also known as sequoia. They appeared about 360 million years ago, long before flowering plants, and there's about 700 species of conifers in the world. 20 of those species are found in New Zealand forests. So you may be asking yourself, how did they actually make this thing? And like, didn't it hurt the trees? Well, they actually got this 13mm wire rope, which has a maximum braking force of 12 tons, so it can hold a lot of weight. So they're all 13mm wire ropes, and they actually attaches with slings to the tree, so it doesn't actually hurt the tree. If you just look up there, you see all these like rubber bands and stuff. Those are the slings, and that's how the whole thing is held up. And you know, being that it's a sling, it allows the tree to continue growing. It's not going to cut into the tree. That's how they built this thing. Pretty cool. And now for the obligatory environmental message. Tiaki promise. Tiaki means care for the people and the place. The Tiaki promise is a commitment to care for New Zealand for now and the future generations. In other words, leave nothing but footprints, take nothing but photographs. A very important cultural thing, because here in Rotorua you have a large number of Maori people that live here now and that lived here in the colonial times, and it was a really huge part of their culture. It was about looking after the environment. Even back then, before the days of plastic and pollution and nuclear energy, even back then it was still all about looking after the environment. Oh well, how about that? We're just about finished the Redwood Walk. And this slice located at the beginning here is from Rotorua's first redwood. They had to cut this tree down because it was dying, but whew, she's a big tree. That's the giant, the big one. Just to give you an idea how old these things are and how big they get, look at this. Birth of Christ. Roman Colosseum. Han Dynasty ends. 400 AD, Mayan Empire declines. 800 AD, Chinese invent gunpowder. 1096 AD, First Crusades. 1250 AD, Maori arrival into New Zealand. 1347, Black Death. 1492, Columbus arrives. 1861, American Civil War. 1939, World War II. And in 1952, tree is cut down. But you know, we're not done yet. We're coming back here at night. Would you like to see it at night? Hey Coco, what did you say these things looked like before?
UFO.
UFOs. Like the TV show?
Yeah, you look at them. UFO.
So I hope the video has given you some sort of understanding of what you're going to see when you get here. In fact, the Redwoods forest is much, much bigger than what you see in this video, because what you see in this video is just the Redwoods Treewalk. It's those suspension bridges that are suspended between the trees. You can walk along, you can do it at daytime and at nighttime. But there's actually lots of walking traps and mountain biking tracks you can go along as well. And at the end of the day, at night time, they have these light shows on where they shine lights on the trees and stuff. So it's kind of good, but like I said at the beginning of the video, it's a bit pricey.